Hello, my name's Angela Byrne. I'm delighted to have been asked to take part in the Speakeasy sessions, and thanks to Paul Kestel, and I hope you enjoy my poems. My first poem is set on Oni Island, but actually Oni Island isn't always an island. When the tide goes out, you can walk across the strand. So the island's no longer inhabited, although there are holiday homes and land that the people who've come from the mainland use to graze their cattle on. I hope you enjoy it. I heard her before I saw her, the big brown cow. Her bellow scattered the seabirds. The tide had just opened, the strand emerging. She trundled down the Byrne, keeping up a fast pace for all her size, heading out to Omi. Another bellow had got her halfway, cutting across the road markers on a diagonal path towards the graveyard, clinging to the coastal edge. Hadn't I seen her before, with a few cattle in tow, making a determined pace in the same direction? Was this a regular journey? Had she had a calf or two with her one year? Was her vocal urgency a seeking of those lost calves, taken from the island to their cow destiny? Did I feel an empathy or just a strange disconnect? How bright the sun shines, this clear west coast light, catching every slip of wave with a white iridescent flicker, blue below and turquoise at the edges. The collie was back. He was a go for a walk with anyone dog, waiting for the next family to play ball with, busied himself attempting to dig up something in shallow water. A cloud moving fast in a keen wind first darkens, then reveals a changing hue of yellow in a line across the sand. Bird Nation. Watching a sparrowhawk hovering, riding the keen east wind, intently focusing down on the land, this bird swoops, fast diving, claws stretched, prey taken, maneuver complete. 3 crows alight from a nearby tree, taking a leisurely circle, squawking congratulations, tipping heads in bird approval. On a distant rock 2 herons, joined them by another, they sit in conference. I walk out of the house. Above my head, sparrows spread out in great numbers, like lace on the wire. I hesitate, caught in a Hitchcock movie scenario with this bird nation. The keepers of the hill. For those who would gather at Tara, I put this moment here, this ancient palisade, resplendent in history, story, and myth, occupied, abandoned, and subject to colonialism. Looking to the north, the battlefields of territorial skirmishes, slain RD, Crossmaglen. Looking to the east, a distant coast, Skibbereen, Norl, Balbriggan. Looking to the south, the road to Viking Dublin, Dunsany, Mulhudder, Stony Batter. Looking to the west, remnants of a forest clings on in remaining woodlands, edging roads and copse, left to nestle around the sacred wells. Altrazna, Mullingar, Ishnacht. Watching distant horizons. Follow me up the hillside to walk on soft tufts of bog grass, jump piles of boulders strewn, left as the last ice receded, to contemplate lonely vistas, light ever changing, depending on time of day or season, the lakes below stretching to the Mam Turk in sometimes obscured distances, dry stone walls about here piled high, each side with a boreen, lest the wind blow you away, making a refuge for many plants, common and exotic, daisy, pansy, orchid, wild garlic, foxglove, gorse and heather, wild goats, hardy ponies and cattle, an occasional donkey, working dogs. The people speak an ancient language, talking being a local hobby, watching distant horizons. Staying too long. Staying too long in a space that beckoned with shiny examples, plucked out my eyebrows in disbelief, stole an aching heart, always a random thief. Left to her own devices, she shunted on, edges frayed, temper tamed. Splatter of rain, smudge of red on a woodland canvas. Were we all napping when the ecologist called that day, ran out, spluttering from toxic inhalation? Forgot to pack the dream catcher? Left to her own devices, she shunted on, edges frayed, temper tamed. This nostalgia, a big pile up of years passing, memories condensing, dribbling along a copper tube, yielding a crystal clear drop, a tantalizing moment, a pause before a dive into a cold sea. Left to her own devices, she shunted on, edges frayed, temper tamed. Old wounds. Met a Luddite on the road. She was off to join a band of miscreants, intent on keeping alive the spectre of popular uprising. Spring, she said, with no one there to correct her. The frost in the morning disagreed, leaving quickly as soft clouds lowered, obscuring horizons. Comfrey growing on the road, where I met the warrior, she who was looking for a plant to heal old wounds. Height of summer. Fearing an attack of domestication, she took to the woods. The wind in the birch trees unloosens a shimmer of chromium leaves. The ice princess of Altai, entombed in barbarian splendor, with indigo tattoos of deer, for 2.5 millennia. Height of summer, Aptara, between one day and another, low cloud obscures no moon, wind like a plaintive cry ushering in calamity. But who is there to listen, take note, act on? A petrochemical post-scarcity Garden of Eden, ribbons and baubles bedeck the fairy tree, a lottery of wishes and hopes. And looking to the west, she takes flight